I am sitting here right now with my wrapping paper, my scissors, my tape. I'm wrapping presents. I got one that I just finished up right here, and I already have a bunch under the tree, and I'm feeling overwhelmed by the amount of things that are going to be coming into our home, and I'm sure many of you feel the same way about the holidays. There's just a lot of stuff that we both give and get, so I wanted to compile a list and go through different clutter-free gift ideas or gifts that don't necessarily add to the clutter in our lives or in the lives of people that we're giving gifts to. What I want to start with is what I'm wrapping right now, which is gifts for our almost 2-year-old son. And this hack is one of my favorites. I did it last year as well. It kind of helps that his birthday is around the holiday season as well, but this can apply for any child. And I am wrapping up his Lovevery toys, which if you haven't heard of them, it is a toy subscription for children from the newborn stage, and they've actually just added more ages, so it has expanded into the toddler years. So I just got the helper play kit, which is for ages 25, 26, and 27 months. And what's so great about it is I know that they're toys that are going to last a long time. We are almost due with baby number 2. All of the toys that I've gotten from Lovevery are in great condition, so I can pass them down to the next child. I even feel like I could easily pass them down to grandchildren in the future. But the nice thing around the holiday season is they always have this little play guide that they include in the play kit subscription, which usually gives some guidelines as to which of the toys are best to introduce first. So I'm breaking them up into little pieces. A couple of the toys I pulled out and gave to him right away. Then a few I am going to wrap up in Christmas paper wrapping paper. We also celebrate Hanukkah, so I could give one for Hanukkah, one for Christmas, one for his birthday. Like I said, give him a few now and spread them out so it's not this overload and onset of gifts. This kit has a lot of really great things. It had this reversible puzzle, which is kind of fun. So there's the pieces on one side, and then I'm gonna drop them all. Then you can do another puzzle on the other side with the exact same pieces. It has a Connect 4 type board that he is already loving. This little kit that he can color with. This will be great for travel. I can see this being wonderful at restaurants, and oftentimes there are books in there. He has his little collection of all of his Lovevery books. We read all of them still to this day, so I keep all of those all out on display in our living room. And then the super sustainable sink, which is one that I'm very, very excited for. I have it back in the box here so I can wrap it up. I think this is one I'm gonna put under the tree, but it is a sink that you can actually put water in, and it teaches them like how to do the dishes, and the water recycles through it. I'm so excited for it. So if you have kids or you need to get a gift for kids this holiday season, Lovevery play kits are a great idea. That doesn't bring a ton of clutter into your space, and it's toys that are going to last a long time, like I said. So backing up just a little bit, thinking about the holidays and giving gifts to other people and trying to reduce clutter, you really want to think about the people that you're giving gifts to. Some people are gift people, other people aren't really gift people. So if there's somebody in your life that you could maybe just say, let's not do gifts this year and let's do an experience, or let's just skip it all this year and save our money. My husband and I do that a lot. We aren't big gift giving people. Oftentimes, like on my birthday, I'm really happy with just a nice handwritten card, maybe some flowers, but that's about it. I don't need extravagant gifts. He doesn't really need extravagant gifts, and sometimes it just feels a little bit silly to us to be buying each other presents, and that works for us. But other people really feel value in both giving gifts and receiving gifts. The thought and meaning behind it of picking something out for somebody else, that you've taken the time to do that for them, you've thought of something that they might like, you've gone out and purchased it, you've maybe wrapped it really nicely for them. It kind of connects to that whole different love languages concept. So some people are words of affirmation, other people receive love and feel love through giving gifts and receiving gifts. Again, keep that in mind as we go through all of these different categories. So I'm gonna break it down into the different categories of gifts that I would suggest that are clutter-free completely, or are just ways to reduce the amount of clutter we're bringing into our homes over the holidays. The first few that I'm gonna talk about are completely clutter-free, so ways that you might not be giving physical gifts necessarily. This includes things like tickets to events and experiences. If you're doing kids, you could get them a ticket to Disney on Ice, or if you are doing it for a friend, you could do a ticket to a concert, or you could even look into classes like a cooking class or memberships and other subscriptions. Maybe it's somebody that would really appreciate a TV subscription service to something like Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus. There are so many ways to get very creative with this and do things that are specific for that person and make them feel loved and make it feel like you thought about them without bringing stuff into their life. A few other things that are not physical items would be doing a charitable gift or donation on behalf of somebody. If you know that there's a cause that they're really passionate about, this could be something that would be a great idea to help them feel a little bit more philanthropic this season, especially if you have that stubborn person that insists they don't need anything. We all know that type of person. My grandma's actually very much like this. She always says she doesn't need anything, so doing some sort of donation on her behalf I think would be something that she would really love. An easy, simple one is also just gift cards. Sometimes I feel a little bit guilty about giving a gift card because it's less personal, or it feels like you're kind of just handing them money. But oftentimes people just really appreciate the gift card and the flexibility of being able to pick out what they actually want. I hate getting a gift and having that feeling of getting a gift that it's something that I just know I'm not going to use. And again, it feels like it's just bringing clutter into your home. And this is a whole separate issue, but feeling that guilt of having an item that was given to you as a gift and not wanting to declutter it or get rid of it because it's sentimental, that person gave it to you as a gift, you feel bad, they spent money on it. Whatever the case might be, a gift card eliminates all of that. Gift cards can be great in scenarios like giving teachers gifts. If you give a gift to your delivery people, that would be great to give them a gift card. But also just friends and family members. You could give kids gift cards and use it as a learning lesson to teach them how to spend their money, show them exactly how much money they have on their gift card, explain that they can't go over that amount and they can pick out one big thing or maybe a few small things. So I think gift cards are completely fine to give and are a great option. If you're into the idea of giving an actual physical gift that you can wrap like I'm doing, obviously I'm very into that. I'm wrapping a lot of gifts. I like showing up to somebody's house with a physical gift sometimes. You can, of course, print out the tickets that you purchased for somebody or the membership subscription or the gift card and wrap it up really cute. There are so many fun ideas on Pinterest of ways that you can dress up gift cards and things like that and stick it in a little mug or something like that. But if you want an actual physical gift to give, there are still ways that you can be conscious of clutter and not bringing too much clutter into somebody else's home by giving them a physical gift. My favorite thing to do is consumables. Consumables meaning things that you actually consume, but also things that you use up. So bath products would be something that you can use up, or a candle. Consumables also meaning maybe some specialty food items like specialty meats and cheeses. Or there's this really cool wine box that I'm gonna get for my in-laws. I'll show an image and also link the things in the description box below that I'm mentioning throughout the video. But those things are items that you can give as a gift and that person can actually use up, and they end up going in the garbage so they don't add clutter to the home in the long term. There's a huge asterisk caveat that I want to put with this is that you have to know the person that you're giving the gift to make sure that they would actually use the item that you're giving them. Take, for example, candles. Candles can feel like a really easy gift to give over the holiday season. If somebody's hosting and you want to just thank them, you can give them a candle. It just feels really easy, but so many people are not candle people, and if you're giving a candle to a non-candle person, you're just giving them clutter. For example, my mom is not a candle person. I am. So every time she gets a gift that is a candle, she gives it to me. So if you don't know if somebody's a candle person or not a candle person, maybe steer away from that. Same thing with food items. Just be really conscious of what that person likes. I love giving a nice set of a hand soap and a lotion to put in a powder room or a guest bathroom during the holidays. That's like a seasonal scent. But again, there are people that just really don't like overpowering scents. For example, my dad, when he comes to visit, I put away my seasonal scents and put out just more generic bland scents of soaps because he really doesn't like that stuff. All this to say, you don't want to give a consumable gift if the person's not actually going to consume it. I also think it's a great idea to look at useful and practical gifts. things, especially if you know that person that they've mentioned that they really, really want. It would make their lives easier. It's very functional for them. Things that they might purchase on their own, but you could get them a little bit of a nicer version of it, or just take that burden off of them having to purchase it for themselves, or something that they could use and would help their life, but they might not actually make the leap to do for themselves. So something that's just kind of convenient or a little bit more of a luxury. So for example, I have one thing that I love that would be a great gift, which is this indoor garden. It's so easy. All you do is you add water to it, and there's an automatic timer with the light, and it just grows all of these beautiful, beautiful herbs. I love to cook, and fresh herbs, especially now, are so expensive in the grocery store. So I feel like I'm saving money. I got one of them as a gift and loved it so much I bought another one for myself. So if you take away the initial price of buying the unit to grow the herbs, and then you're just growing those fresh herbs, it actually is saving a lot of money. And you have those fresh herbs that you've grown right there in your home. So that would be a really great, useful gift for somebody, especially if you have somebody in your life that loves to cook. Kind of blending with what we talked about before, a non-physical gift. You could give somebody a useful gift like a cleaning service. I would love that gift if somebody offered to pay for a house cleaner to come to my house and give me a break. Or a car detailing service, something like that would be a great idea as well. I kind of already touched on this idea, but products that are going to upgrade somebody's life, if they can maybe get rid of and declutter an older version of something and you want to give them the next upgraded version. If it's a guy in your life and they like tools, but they haven't been able to afford a certain nice tool and they bought a cheaper version themselves, maybe you could help them upgrade part of their tool set and help them get rid of the old, cheaper version. Or they have an old coffee maker and they love coffee and would love something that makes a little bit more gourmet coffee. You could get them an upgraded coffee machine, and you're not bringing more into their lives, because again, the idea is that you're upgrading an item that they already own and they can get rid of something. Bonus points if you can give them something that's multifunctional and they can declutter multiple other items. I think about that a lot in the kitchen. I use my Instant Pot as an Instant Pot, as a crock pot. It does multiple things. You can get all these different lids to put on top of it. So you can get a lid that's a glass lid that goes on top of your Instant Pot to turn it into a crock pot or a slow cooker. You can also get an air fryer lid. And that is one of my favorite hacks to get rid of some of those big, bulky kitchen appliances, because air fryers and crock pots and Instant Pots, pressure cookers, those are all huge things. So if you can have just one with a few different lids that you interchange, that would actually be a gift that is helping them reduce clutter in their house. I also think gifts that last can be really nice and also reduce clutter, because sometimes when you don't have items that last, you have to keep repurchasing and repurchasing or having back stocks of things. I thought of this because I just saw something new. It was also something I was considering getting for my in-laws, which I'm going to probably purchase this as a gift for somebody else, but it is an everlasting candle. It's just this one candle that you buy and it lasts forever. There's some refills that you can buy of it, but you don't have to keep buying the container. It looks so luxurious and beautiful. So if you have this candle lover, they don't have to have a box of tons and tons of bulky candles. They can just have the refill oil to put in it. And again, it looks so upscale and beautiful. I just thought it was a really great gift idea. Things that I was just talking about, like these Lovevery toys that I know if you buy it once, it's going to last a really long time. You can pass it down from kid to kid, especially with kids' toys and kids' things. I hate the idea of buying just a bunch of plastic junk. So the gifts that last and will stand the test of time is a great category to consider as well. And then the last category I have to mention is gifts that help you get organized. I think a lot of organizational tools are very exciting. Of course, I love organizing, but for a lot of people, it can be really fun to get something like a new label maker. There are a few different label makers that I love. I will link them in the description box, but you could also do a Cricut craft machine. Again, there's a couple of versions of them that you can purchase depending on the price point or what the person's interested in, that have multifunctional use. So you can use them as both a vinyl label maker and make some really fancy labels and also do some crafting projects, or you can get a more basic label maker. I think if you know the person pretty well, you could get them a planner for the next year. Around the holidays, it's a great time to give a planner because it will set them up for the new year. Even organizing bins and baskets, there are some really beautiful options out there these days. That would be a nice gift, or just unique organizers that they might not have thought of or heard of before that can fit in a variety of different spaces, because you don't want to get too detailed with organizing products because you don't know what's going on in their spaces and what they need to organize and all of that. The products that help organize their lives, you can always check out my website. Shameless plug. I have some products on my website that help you get organized, like daily and weekly planner pads, a little dry erase board, also some cleaning products would be really great. So I hope that helps with some gift ideas that reduce the amount of clutter that we're both getting and giving this holiday season. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Leave a comment below if you have other ideas that other people can benefit from. But until next time, I will see you all later.